children. How are you all? We have finished 2 lessons and 1 poem. I hope you children have learnt all those and written everything in your notes. And you all have completed your homework also, right children? Today, I'll be continuing with the grammar part of first lesson, that is out with the goats. So, in the previous year, you might have learnt about some grammar points, that is parts of speech. What do you mean by parts of speech? It's like when you have to prepare something, you might have seen your mother cooking, right? So, what does she do? She won't put all the ingredients together, right children? To make one dish, you need to have particular materials for that, ingredients for that, right children, in the right quantity. Yes or no? Exactly. Here also in grammar part, you need to use certain grammatical things to frame a proper sentence. That is nothing but parts of speech. So it has to be used in a proper way to get a meaningful sentence. So basically we have 8 parts of speech. Actually, in your syllabus, you have nouns, but before moving on to that, I would like to brushing up with all the parts of speech a little bit. Got it, children? Okay. Firstly, we have nouns. Second, we have pronouns. Third, we have verbs. Fourth, we have adverb. Fifth, we have adjective. Then we have prepositions. Then conjunctions and interjections. Okay, let me tell you this in detail, the nouns part. Before that, let me cover all these a little bit about all these. Got it, children? We have pronouns. Pronouns are nothing but in a sentence, whenever you have to use somebody's name or something's name, when you have to mention, okay, repeatedly, it doesn't look good, isn't it? Imagine you are talking about somebody named as Ram. Might be he is your friend. So you have to frame or you have to make a passage about your friend Ram. So imagine the paragraph contains 10 different sentences and 10 times can you use the word Ram? Does it sound good, children? No. Instead, as he is a boy, you can use he. If it's a girl, you can use she. If it is a animal, you can use it. If it is a thing, you can use it. So these are the things you can use and make a proper sentence. So that is about pronouns. Then we have verbs. So you might have learned this in previous year as well, right children? The action words are called as verbs. Whatever action. See, what am I doing? I am teaching. Teaching itself is a action word. Got it? And what are you children doing? You are listening, right? Listening is also action word. So that is all about any action word can be described as verb. Next, coming on to adverb. What is an adverb? So you can see here, the name itself contains the word verb. Adverb. So adverb is a word where it describes a verb, how the action took place. Okay? For example, Sita was writing the notes slowly. How was she writing? Slowly. So, slowly becomes the adverb. So, at times we need to tell what exactly the action is, how it is being placed. Is it not, children? So, that is being described by adverb. Next, coming on to adjective. What do you mean by adjective? So this is again an important part of speech whereby it explains about a noun. It describes a noun. Okay? I saw a tall man walking around. What type of a man? A tall man. I have a blue color chalk here. Chalk is a noun. What color chalk am I having? It's a blue color chalk. So that tall, blue and all is nothing but adjectives. Got it children? So any word which describes a noun is called an adjective. Next we have prepositions. What is preposition? You know the meaning of positions, where the thing exactly is. Got it? So preposition is where the material or the person or animal or place is situated in. So that is a preposition. Where is the book? The book is on the table. Got it, children? It's like that. Then coming on to conjunction. Conjunction. What do you mean by junction? So you might have heard while traveling by train. Is it not, children? You'll, some people get down in the junction. What is it? Where two places connect, isn't it? So here conjunction is also a word which connects two different words or two different sentences. You can say, for example, and, but, because, so. So these are some of the conjunctions you can use to frame a proper meaningful sentence. Next, coming on to interjection. So when you happen to express your feelings, like for instance, if you are surprised, you say, wow, hooray, hip hip hooray, right children? And basically they end with a exclamatory mark. So they are the sounding words which you use in a sentence and which will be followed by a exclamatory mark. I hope you children understood all these parts of speech. So now let me move on to the main thing which you have this year, and that is about nouns. So what are nouns? Just try to recall whatever you have learnt in the previous year. Nouns are nothing but whatever you see around, it is all nouns. It is all names. Nouns are nothing but N for noun, N for name. Name of anything. It can be name of a person, name of a place, name of an animal, or name of a thing. Anything which you see around is a noun. Got it, children? And in that you have many different types of nouns. Firstly, we'll see common nouns. What do you mean by common nouns? You might have heard this term commonly, right? Common. What do you mean by common? Anything which is used in frequent situations, commonly. Got it, children? Like boy, girl, book, thing, chalk, isn't it? City, country, okay, dog, cat. So common terms, they don't have particular name. You are not mentioning what it is, which one it is. Got it? Say for example, if I say, I have a book in my hand. The next question you can ask, which book ma'am has? So I didn't mention which book it is. If I would have mentioned, I have my English reader in my hand, it would have been a proper noun. Got it, children? Any name for that matter which you use commonly with common terms are called as common nouns. Next we have proper nouns. So as the name suggests, proper, something which is proper. Any name which has a particular name or any noun which has a particular name is called a proper noun. So you can recall the proper names around you itself. Isn't it, children? Around you, in your home, your mom, you can call them by name, for instance. Okay? If I say Dharwad, India, okay, English textbook. If I say my name itself, your name, country name, Australia, Antarctica, anything, okay, a person's name, Ram, Sita, Raju, Joseph, anything, particularly named, okay, any noun which has a particular name is called a proper noun. Got it? And this is not going to apply for animal or thing. Are you able to understand, children? This applies only for person and place. So this applies only for person and place. You might have seen, even you might have not seen anything having particular name, any item or any material having particular name. Have you ever heard? No, right? Okay, that is all about proper noun. Next we have material nouns. What do you mean by material nouns? The name itself suggests material. So material is a thing. Got it, children? Any material. See, when you have to do something, when you have to manufacture something, you need to use some material to do it. Right, children? Couple of days before you celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi, right? So you all got the Ganesha idol at home, to home, right? So usually these Ganeshas will be made using clay. Got it, children? See, the Ganesha idol is basically made using clay. So clay becomes the material. So that is the material noun. Are you able to understand? So I am using a podium here. Okay, I am using a podium here and this podium is made using wood. So wood is the material noun. I have a ring here. Got it, children? I have a ring. Can you guess it is made out of what? Gold. So gold becomes the material noun. I hope you understood what's the meaning of material noun. Anything which is done using some other material becomes the material noun. Understood, children? Next, we'll move on to collective noun. So, the name suggests collective. What do you mean by collective? Together, bringing together something. Say for example, if I give you hand over a set of keys, you don't call a set of keys, you call it as a bunch of keys. So if I apply that to people, a crowd of people. If I say, just imagine yourself in the classroom. If I say, use as an example the same thing, I can use it as a class of pupils. Got it, children? So this is how collective nouns can be learnt. I hope you children understood. So children, I hope you have understood whatever I did in the previous one. Got it, children? Now let's move on to some of the exercises which are given in your textbook. Just turn on to page number 4. You have this grammar part. I hope you can see this. Got it, children? So let's work out all these things. Got it? Coming on to A main. Write the common nouns in the right column and the proper nouns to the left column. So here you can see they have given two columns. They are asking you to bifurcate common nouns and proper nouns. Now you have understood what is the difference between common noun and proper noun. Is it not? So shall we do that? So I have put on the board here. You just think. Got it? Coming on to this, you can see a cloud over here. There are many names put on this. Got it, children? You have to identify common and proper noun and put in the right place. Coming on to first one, Heidi. Can you guess what it is? Of course, it's the name of a little girl in your first lesson out with the goats, right? So where it should come? Exactly, it has to come under proper nouns. Shall we put it over there? So Heidi comes here. Next we have flower. Can you just guess what it is? Yes, it's a common noun. They have not mentioned which flower it is. It is just a flower. It can be any flower, right? So it's a common term of a flower given to a flower. It's a flower. So it has to come here. Next we have goat. So again it's a common name. So we have to put it under common noun. Then coming on to fruit. So fruit is what? Which fruit are we talking about? No, they have not mentioned. So it is again a common noun. Coming on to Peter. Yes, Peter is a name of a person, right? So it has to come under the category of proper noun. So we are going to put it here under proper noun. What about Alps? Yes, this is where Heidi used to stay. Right, children? Alps mountain, right? Again, it's the name of a place or a mountain, right? So it has to come under proper noun. Then coming on to boy, we are talking about which boy here? Don't know which boy. So it's the common term given to a person, right? It is again a common noun. Next, lastly, we have Tizzlefinch. So can you just recall who is Tizzlefinch? Yes, it is one of the goat where Peter was having in his flock. Yes or no, children? So this was the name of a goat. So again, it's a proper noun. So this is how you are going to segregate